people! Welcome to what can only be described as a rest day from that finger-tapping frenzy that we all know and love, the WWE SuperCard. This is me, Big Jim, bringing you the latest on a rest day. It's Wednesday, team event of Ring Domination has been and gone. We're waiting for this week's Ring Domination for solo event to start. It's a rest day. Call it the Sabbath, the WWE SuperCard world. It's not Sunday, so Wednesday is a rest day. Now let's have a quick review of what's gone on already. I'm going to start with the team event, as I mentioned. Turned out it was a bit of a damp squib, really, wasn't it? It wasn't so much of an event as a little interruption to your evening. Now, to begin with, just tapped into Ninja Boy's account so we can check out Team BadLadDad, my regular team. You won't be surprised to see or hear that Kofi Kingston was nabbed within a couple of hours. And within that, if we just have a look at the team, we had a couple of guys on trial. As you will have seen from our previous videos, we'd offered a couple of places up for grabs on the team. One, because I was stepping away for the week to be on a YouTuber's team. And two, one of our regular members had to move on because he's got college work, etc. to take priority in this world, this big wonderful world of ours. But in our world of gaming, where this takes priority, Matt and Fireproof stepped in. As you can see, they both did exceedingly well. High number of shards each, which is obviously what we were looking for. And that commitment, what I would say is, of course, it's a lot trickier to measure success in this event because shards doesn't always reflect the amount of effort that people have put in. It might have taken you several board resets to get to this stage. You might have had to work your way all through a board to get a shard. You might have been lucky and had 3 or 4 shards within 2 boards. Who knows? You see, there's a lot more luck involved there when it comes to the scoring. That being said, both lads did very well. There's Wolfie as well, as Real Great Dragon on YouTube. Bakaru, BB, XRL, BLD Boys, of course, Ninja Boy. And then Stephen and Joey and SJ sort of took the evening off, obviously, just taking things a bit easy there down the bottom. But in fairness, a lot of people I know thought, well, I can't do it from the start. I'll come in later in the day, later in the evening. I'll do some with 12 hours in. Of course, that didn't happen because it was all done and dusted within a couple of hours. So we're on Team BadLadDad. Now let's have a look at how the YouTubers did. If we have a look at Team Blah Blah Blah, which was put together specially for this event by JB as part of one of his many videos that he does, so obviously go and check him out, Superzomgbbq on YouTube. I'm sure you all know him anyway, but this was the team put together. Now, in fairness, if we have a look at who scored the shards, obviously I'm flying around the top because I was the best player on the team, and that's complete nonsense. Because basically what happened was, we went for Kofi, as everyone did, and that was cuffed in a very short space of time. So I think it was only then myself, Moose and Edgepunk who bothered to go for the Mark Henry. And even then, it was only because it was hanging around for ages because we've got all those extra hours. I know, like for myself, every now and again I just flick the game on, tap away for a bit until the bouts will run out. And again, you're not going to spend money on that, are you? You don't need the legendary card really. So within the time with the 3 of us, we didn't get it, but we weren't exactly going hell-bent for leather. But anyway, as you can see, there's myself, Kilmoo's, JB's points. Most of those were scored actually in obtaining the Kofi card. Same with Bigedude. And then again, a few stragglers at the bottom there. A few stragglers. Don't need to mention who they are. So there we go with that. Now, in the meantime, I've been doing a bit of King of the Ring, as usual, and I'm pleased to say, yet again, it's another win, and it's quite nice, because I got to the final against Kozzy, and Kozzy was the first person to say hello in chat mode, so it's always nice when someone's come to say hello and made a special effort to say hello. It's always nice to then whoop their arse. No, I mean, it's always nice to meet them in the final, and so there we go, it's 4-1, 4-1. In fairness, he didn't power up after his semi-final. He had a good semi-final, where's the contenders bracket? He had a good semi-final fight back because he was 1 down and came back with a 2-1 win. And I was playing Zach, who was the table leader, and he gave up for the second match. The first match he was fully powered up, and more for the fact I got the props going my way, and I got the actual specific statistics that suited my cards. Having said that, we do seem to have had the same cards in a lot of places. But anyway, I digress. After the first match, he didn't bother powering up for the second match, so that got me through to the final, where I won fairly comfortably against Kozzy in the end. But it's always nice to meet someone who's friendly. So let's claim rewards now. Then one thing I did get when I was... This is an interesting point. When I was going through the Legendary Plus Plus version of the Team Ring Domination, when I was tapping away for Mark Henry, I wasn't even looking at the cards I was pulling. I was just tapping away in general. When I went to feed up some of the Legendary cards that I've got to chuck all these extra cards into, I hadn't set it on Legendary, I'd left it open, and I suddenly noticed a Sasha Banks Survivor card. Now, the only place that can have come from, I've already got a Sasha Pro, the only place that can have come from is from chiseling on that Legendary Plus Plus version of Team Ring Domination. Now, how could this be, Big Jim? How could this be? I know it sounds a bit odd and a bit strange, but one, yeah, I was kind of due a Survivor pull. But two, there's quite a few tweets out there from people who are on Legendary Plus Plus level who have been pulling Survivor cards in that Team Ring Domination event. So, a little glitch, a little loophole, call it what you will. It's been possible. Whether it's going to be possible again, who knows? Who knows? This wonderful game of ours that freezes and doesn't work and all the things that goes on with it. Anyway, back to what I want. Claiming rewards could do with a diva. Very much could do with Bayley, because she'd be compatible with Charlotte. Charlotte's a yellow up arrow. Bayley's a yellow down arrow. And I've got a single Bayley. I've also got a single Natasha. Natalie. Where does Natasha come from? And, single Natasha. And then, of course, I've got another... Oh, it's the Sasha, isn't it? I'm getting Natalie and Sasha mixed up. I've got a single Sasha, but I've already got a pro Sasha. Stop talking, Big Jim. Press claim reward. Shut up. Get on with it. So let's get on with it. And we get... Go. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I had a Kofi Kingston Pro. We've had Kofi Kingston from the team event. Who do I pull as a single survivor? Kofi Kingston. Well, there you go. I suppose I should be pleased about that because it's another pro. On that note, looking at... Oh, I suppose we've got to go through this process of the Legendary card. Bayley. Now, I do actually have a single Legendary Bayley, so I suppose I could pro her, and that would make her compatible with the Charlotte. Not really in the mood for statting out Legendary cards right now, to be honest. Well, let's have a quick look. Oh, we're on Divas. So there you go. Charlotte is a yellow up, and Sasha's a blue right. So I've got Brie as a pro, Legendary as a blue left. So she's compatible with Sasha. So I'm pretty sure Bayley, there's the Bayley Survivor card. Yeah, she's a yellow down. Yeah, there we go. So that's a pro as well. Should have stuck it on combinable. It made life a bit easier, wouldn't it? So I've got Broccoli to work on. I've got Sean to work on. I've got Adrian Neville to work on. And now I've got Kofi to work on. That's an awful lot of proing to be done. Now, if ever there was a time to be doing that, Ring Domination, the way that I play it, is a good time to do it because I like to have a couple of throwaway cards in my team. So have a look at the deck setup. You can see at the moment I've got a fairly strong balance. Top row, couple of left arrows, my top cards, couple of right arrows, and then a couple of ups and a downy in the second row, and then two Adrian Nevilles, which are downers, which are basically there because I'm trying to power them up to pro them. Having forgotten that I've also got John Cena, Shawn Michaels, and now I've got Kofi Kingston as well. So the question is, whatever I decide to do, those bottom two slots will be the two cards that I'm trying to power up before combining them as a pro, because they're the cards I use as the throwaway at the start. More often than not, you're not unlikely to get them both in the hand that it deals you. Very usually you will get one of those two cards, and you can use that as the card that you throw in at the start in the bottom corner or top left corner, wherever you like to put it, that then becomes the sacrificial lamb, so that your opponent goes in to take that, and then you go and take your opponent, and then the whole house of cards tumbles down from there. So yeah, I've got some thinking to do there, haven't I? I'd be better off with Brock because he's the bigger card, isn't he? Let's just see what Brock is up to. Let's swap for Brock. You gotta swap for Brock. Where are we? Broccoli. Life has new meaning for me. Right, there's Brock number one. He might actually, I don't even know what state he's at. Can we improve from here? Let's have a look. Now, Brock number one is done. So he doesn't actually need to be in there. So swap him out for Brock number 2. So let's go all the way back down again. Sorry about this. Little bit of maintenance, a little bit of housework needed to be done. Have I passed him? Where's Brock number 2? Oh, what have I done with? Oh, there he is, Brock number 2. So I've got a feeling the fact he's that low down means nothing's been done on him. Just a little bit, just a touch, just a tad. So Shawn Michaels then should be the next one as well. Let's find Shawnee Mike. Hopefully one of those is fully done. Right, this one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. See if he's done. And if he's done, he is done. He is indeed. That's excellent news, because then that means I can pull in the other version of him, power these up together, and that will give me 2 cards to pro at the end of this tournament. So it must be that Shawn Michaels. You notice how I've got different pictures. I put different pictures on them at this stage, so it's easier to identify which ones they are. I hear these horror stories of people who go to pro their cards and have forgotten they've actually pulled a 3rd version of the card and end up proing a good card with a blank card. It causes all sorts of problems and heartache and tears and tantrums. So just to make sure that you don't fall into that trap, if you give them different pictures at this stage, you know for a fact which one's which. It's that simple. So there we have it. That's how I'm set up then for the event that's coming up tomorrow, or 17 hours, 4 minutes and 47 seconds from the moment I'm recording this video. Now what I would say here is there's a few tweets this morning from people saying, Big Jim, how do you know what the team event card is? How do all these people know? Because not just me who tweeted out this morning, yes, it's a right arrow at last, yes. And the answer to that question is, when they put up the Ring Domination details, event starts, whatever time it was they put it up, that's your cue to go into card catalogue. Because if you go into card catalogue and then go into the Survivor part, you then look for a card with a blue border that wasn't there previously. And you scroll down, and everything looks fine, everything looks usual, and I say, whoa, what's this here? Daniel Bryan. Yes, it's the beard. It's DB. It's Mr. Bree. Basically, he's appeared in the card catalogue, and that's very obviously going to be then this week's event card. And the good news for all you Daniel Bryan fans, or you non-Daniel Bryan fans, all you people who've got the event cards that are left blue arrows, Daniel Bryan is a right blue arrow. We've finally got a compatible card. It's going to make PCC interesting for people who like to play with their big cards. Some of us play with a custom deck, so I have some custom cards I use in PCC which aren't affected by whatever's coming out. They're built to work just for the PCC, but I know it's going to cause some interesting times, and of course in exhibition mode. So instead of having, as you can see, that is at the moment that is my strongest deck. Now in theory, Charlotte's a better card than Sasha, so if I had Charlotte and Bayley, they could possibly outscore Bayley Prode, could possibly outscore Sasha and Brie there. And then of course bringing in a Daniel Bryan, fully maxed out, fully statted out Prode right arrow, will sit very comfortably in amongst that lot there. So got that to look forward to. So I shall be very much trying for the Daniel Bryan card. I've got a free weekend this weekend. I haven't had a couple of weekends with commitments, with hospital visits and family things that needed doing. Some nice and some unfortunately revolving around illness. This is good. This is the good stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. And one of the other things that is now a bit more interesting when we get these cards is what the picture's going to look like. Because, of course, we have the power. We have the people power to change how these cards look. Sometimes the choices are limited. So, like with Sasha, the choice is limited. But with other cards, like DB, there's a few. And have you brought over a Daniel Bryan picture from the Series 1? I mean, that the picture on his... what was it? It was a WrestleMania card, was it? Was it a WrestleMania special? Where he's got the title belt. That'd be quite a nice one to have. Certainly a career high. So what am I doing here? Let's just pay attention to what you're doing for a second. So rabbiting on all the time. Speed, of course, is the one thing I don't have a deck card for. Marvellous. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what form that card takes and how many different versions there are of him. But very much looking forward to that. So lad here. And take rid of Tongius. 2 cracking cards. So that leaves me. At the moment, I'm kind of teamless. What I'm thinking with the guys who've been in Team BadLadDad, they both did extremely well. I'm thinking of letting them have another run out if they're up for it. So I might just take a back seat, let Ninja Boy run the show again, and I'll just sort of float about and just keep an eye on things from afar, from a distance, and just see how they go. Because when people are putting in some enthusiasm and really getting stuck into a game, it's nice to encourage that, rather than going, thanks very much, and then boot them out again. It's like, well, go on, carry on. Carry on your little run in the first team, see how things go. So I think that's what we're going to do. So from here on in, today, Wednesday, there will be a FIFA 16 video going up a bit later today. And if you're watching this sort of late in the evening, then the FIFA 16 video might already be up, because we've got a few of those under our belt ready to go up. We will be doing an update on the team Ring Domination. This Ring Domination. So many events, so little time. On this Ring Domination, probably on Friday now. So that's today, Wednesday, WWE SuperCard, you're watching. FIFA 16. I've got a Clash of Clans to go up Thursday. And then another WWE SuperCard Friday. How can you follow all of this? You know how you can follow all of this. Please subscribe down below. Chuck us a like. And if you can't do that, if you're not YouTube friendly, go on to Twitter, @BadLadDad, and find out when our latest videos are coming out, and to get all the links and all the latest news of what we're up to. And it's a lot quieter than listening to me rant at the camera. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you real soon.